He's a live wire with his family, but a virtual mute outside with strangers. And it's not shyness.
He said, my bones feel like glass, my skin feels like paper, and my lips are glued shut.
Can he be cured like she was?
Hey everybody, I'm on video.
Here's Elizabeth Vargas.
Good evening and welcome to our first hour of 2020 Medical Mysteries. John Stossel will be here for our second hour, The Age of Consent, with this provocative question about sex. How young is too young? Now, though, we start with a little boy at the top of his class, but he barely says a word to most people, not even a trick or treat on Halloween. It's not shyness, but a mysterious disorder that keeps him from almost any kind of communication outside of his own safe house. Here's Juju Chang.
Yes,
This is the Jacob Hannah hardly anyone sees or hears.
and tomorrow is C-3PO's birthday.
A personable 7-year-old, playing, talking,
Yeah.
even yelling. A privileged view only captured on home video.
Were you here on Friday?
This is the Jacob the rest of the world knows. Outside his home, he's eerily mute,
Okay, Jacob, did you want to read that one? It's your turn. No?
unable to speak a single word.
When did you first notice that there was something a little different?
Lack of a better word, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It would be Jacob at home and then be Jacob outside of home.
At first, his parents, Donna and John, thought Jacob was simply shy. But once Jacob was in preschool, they realized his problem was much deeper and darker than shyness.
His teachers really started saying to me, you know, he's not talking at all. They said, we don't even know if we know his ABCs. And I said, well, he's reading. There were so many times that Jacob would say, I don't have any friends, Mom. No one will play with me.
Obviously he didn't speak, but did he laugh?
Not out loud.
No.
It's like watching a mime.
No sighs, no grunts.
No.
Jacob wouldn't even cry out in pain. The Hannahs tried every trick in the parenting book.
We tried coaxing him with McDonald's and a trip to the toy store. Like, you know, you've never said thank you or hi to these people.
Hi, how are you?
Sam, good? I'll admit it. I got very angry.
Assigned seating and no talking, huh?
But his anger quickly subsided when he realized how deeply Jacob wanted to speak and how painful it was to be suffering in silence.
And he said, my bones feel like glass, my skin feels like paper, and my lips are glued shut.
He's not just articulate, he's poetic about it.
It shows you how the vulnerability is complete.
Jacob was finally diagnosed with selective mutism, a mysterious disorder that affects 7 in every 1,000. Doctors aren't quite sure what causes it, but the majority of children have a family history of anxiety.
When that diagnosis came, I was very relieved because I knew, okay, now we can do something to help him.
You know what that says?
Help came in the form of Dr. Elisa Chipon-Blum, Dr. E to her patients, of the Selective Mutism Anxiety Research and Treatment Center. She understood the Hannah's plight firsthand. Her own daughter had the same disorder.
And I was told that she had mental retardation and she could be autistic. I knew that she wasn't.
I'm amazed that even you, a physician, struggled for a diagnosis.
Completely.
So Dr. E made it her life's mission to understand a disorder rife with misunderstandings.
What about, oh, that kid's just being stubborn. Kids are like that.
I have never viewed a child in my practice as being defiant. I look at them and I see a child stuck.
To get unstuck, Dr. E says the focus should not be on simply getting a child to talk.
When the emphasis is on trying to get a child to speak, you're actually reinforcing the anxiety. What may have started out as a mild discomfort becomes this tremendous mountain out of a molehill effect. Now, if I ask you, do you like the presidents, what would you say?
A technique called ritual sound approach can help. Like adding training wheels to a bike, it teaches children to make sounds instead of saying full words.
Yes.
Like s for yes and n for no.
Do you like going to bed early at night? So instead of thinking I'm speaking, they're thinking of pushing air through my teeth. Think about the sounds.
Wooden or metal?
Jacob had been in treatment for 9 sessions and on a low dose of Prozac to lower anxiety when his parents decided to help other families by going public. We asked his parents to share their story, and Jacob agreed to join in to help other kids. For any child, it would be intimidating, and for Jacob, it was overwhelming. Jacob is completely non-responsive, even with his parents.
Jacob, Name says these are really good.
As he gets more comfortable with me, he remains mute, but he begins to play, shaking his head yes and no, gesturing with his hand. Dr. E says this might seem minor.
So I understand, Jacob, you like presidents too.
But it shows incredible progress.
Hey everybody, I'm on video.
Laura Huggins is living proof that there is hope. Incredibly, this vivacious, outspoken girl was completely mute at school, unable even to ask to go to the bathroom.
I'm on this in my movie.
She made movies like these just so her classmates could hear her voice.
I got this from the church library. And it is 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, blue fish. See?
Her mutism got so bad, at one point Laura stopped talking to her own father for 3 months.
Her whole world was shutting down, and it was almost like she was, my husband says, she was an iris that was closing and closing and closing, and we just didn't know how small that was going to become.
Laura, what does an H say?
After a year of intense therapy, practicing letters and sounds to form words,
Do you like donuts?
Yes.
Laura's world began to open up again.
And just to see our daughter stand up in a program and sing, I feel like it's given her a life.
Laura's father remembers the emotional day when she was finally able to speak to him again.
And she just grabs me by my neck and she says, I love you, right there. All of a sudden, she was talking to me. And that's, I'll never forget all my life.
Nothing. You don't
Incredibly, at just 6 years old, Laura is now so comfortable talking, she's able to do something once unthinkable, a TV interview.
Tell me a little bit about selective mutism. What is it?
It's like when you're afraid to talk, and it's really scary when you're in front of people.
And what emotions do you have when you feel that way?
Sad and scared.
What do you think other parents should know in case their kids have this too? Should they force their kids to talk?
No.
Why not?
It would scare their kids even more.
I wanted to introduce you, Laura, to Jacob.
Laura, the star patient, finally gets to meet Jacob. Normally, he'd never talk to a stranger. But with wisdom and patience beyond her years, watch this. She is able to coax sounds from him.
Do you like dogs? What is your favorite pizza?
Still a whisper, yet this breakthrough is a huge step toward finding his voice.
Do you like playing in the snow?
To do what he did was, well, I have no words for it.
And to also, and then to see her doing that, and you know that she couldn't always do that.
So it gives you hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Plenty of hope.
I know you went.
And now, Jacob has even made a friend at school, Tony, one of the only people outside his family with whom he feels safe enough to speak. His father was shocked when he heard his son's voice in public for the first time.
Wait a minute, was that my son's voice? My God, that was my son's voice. You want to be proud of your son for hitting a home run, for winning the race, and then to have such pride over something that everybody takes for granted is communication. It's definitely a different feeling.
This is something that you are able to cure. It's not a word we use very often.
I truly believe that you can cure them.
And what would you tell other kids like Jacob who are suffering from selective mutism?
That most likely they can get over it. It might take a couple of years or something, but they can get over it.